Welcome, boys and ghouls, to another installment of Monster Mike's Mayhem. On today's special June installment, I want to talk about something near and dear to my heart. None other than 1991's Attack of the Killer Tomatoes Fuzzy Tomato Applause Plushes. Back in 1991, Applause wanted to get into the bandwagon and make some coin off of this new craze of the Attack of the Killer Tomatoes TV cartoon show on Fox Kids back in 91. So they started thinking about what can they make, and they usually make like PVCs, which is these hard plastic action little aesthetic figures that don't move, pencil toppers, and maybe some other items like that. And they were trying to think of how they could do it because they wanted to do it a certain way. So what they did was they went in and they tried to figure out how they could make the tomatoes, capitalize on that particular whatever you want to call that, the particular aesthetic of how that you could make the Attack of the Killer Tomatoes toys and try to capitalize on it. And they were looking for ways, and they come out with these plushes. And the plushes were interesting because they made two sizes. One size was actually there was two different ones. The one here that you see on your immediate right, this was the common one, which would be about the size of a baseball. And you can see he is just a very common plush. This is Applause, and it's got the little tag on the back of it right there. Let the camera kind of fixate on that. And he's just a little plush about the size of a baseball. Now, he's got a little bit of hair growth. And now, here's the weird thing. This one, see how big my hand is? This one is what they call the softball size plush from Applause 1991. He's a little bit rarer and a little bit more sought after because in 91 they only made so many of these. And they were available through the Applause company in 1991, which I actually acquired mine after many years of searching. I had to search and look online and look up stuff and try to find where things were located and stuff like that. And it took me a very long time to find things. And I had to look for approximately, I think it took me 27 years, I think, to find the different ones. Now, this one took me almost 20 years. This one took me only about 15 years. And if you go on secondary market, you'll see what I'm talking about. You always find these. If you're lucky, you'll find the small baseball size ones, not the softball size ones. That's a little bit different category. Yeah, the difference, there's differences in it, and I don't know what the exact, why the other one's so popular than the other one. I don't know the exact reason for that. There's really no aesthetic on that. I do know that when Applause made them back in the 90s, they sold the two versions, and I think this version didn't sell as quickly as that one. I don't know, maybe it was more money or something. I don't know what the reason was, but I can tell you guys out there in Monster Land that the large one is going to go for some money. And you can see it's got the applause tag right here. Same aesthetic. It's got there's the little green tag right there. Now this bad boy took me about 20 years to track it down. I got this particular one here from a buddy of mine his name is Brandon Reeks. He does Gnarly Toy Box in Lakewood, California. Lakewood, Colorado. If you guys ever get a chance to check out Brandon Reeks at the Gnarly Toy Box, he can hook you up with some gnarly toys. That's just a shameless plug for Brandon. I had seen him one day. He posted about, I don't know how many years ago, he had went into a thrift store and he found that on his shelf for like $1.99. He went up and bought it, and he took a picture of it because he was so shocked to find it, right? So I'm like drilling at the mouth. I wanted it real bad. And I was hoping to find it. I was really, really hoping that I could find that and get it into my collection. And unfortunately, you just can't find them. You just can't. And I knew something was different because when I seen that version of it, I knew there was a difference in it. I just didn't know what the difference was. And so when I went to see him, we were talking about the difference of the sizes, and he did mention that he did say to me that there is definitely a difference, and he said you can tell because he took his hand and he took a picture up against it. He said, see how big that one is? He goes, there's another version that's like the size of a baseball, and he said I've seen those go for anywhere from 50 to 75 a piece with the tags on and with the tags off. This was years ago when I talked to Brandon about it, right? So I'm like, I got to find some. So I bugged him, and he said, let me stew on it. Let me think about it. Let me think, and maybe we can work something out. And I really wanted it real bad. And he didn't want to sell it. He did not want to sell that. He was very adamant that he wanted to keep that for his own collection. So I was trying to barter with him, and meanwhile I find this one here for like, I think it was the cheapest I've ever seen. It was 40, and this was years ago, like 10-12 years ago. It was 40 bucks on eBay. I immediately scored it as quickly as I could score that thing. I grabbed it up, I snatched it up. I had to snatch it up because I had to have it for my collection, because I love, you know, if you guys know me, I love Killer Tomato stuff. So I snatched it up. Old Monster Mike got it for 40, okay? Well, fast forward a year or so later, and Brandon decides he's wanting to get rid of this one. So we do a deal. I give him it was like a foul shot inside the packaging and something else, and he traded me for that. And that is extremely rare. I mean, it could go anywhere, not joking, like $300 to $500 for the softball size one. That small one can go anywhere from $50 to $150 as we speak, as of 2026 in the secondary market. So they are just so hard to find. You cannot find them in good condition because they're always got something wrong with them, or the tag is gone, or somebody has, tore the, it's soiled, or it's got something problem. And every one I've ever found, folks, I take good care of my toys and collectibles. Everything is nice and dusted and clean, and the zero sunlight, and it's kept in the Monster Mike dungeon at exactly 65 degrees down here in the dungeon. And so everything looks spotless and clean and looks really nice. So I just wanted to break out of the old Monster Mike vaults and show you guys some of my cool finds for 2026. I just wanted to break these out and let you guys see this. I know I have had a lot of people asking me about my killer tomato collection. What's it all about? Can we see it? You know, I've had a lot of, requests for that. And so I have decided to answer these questions you monsters out, these inquiring monsters want to know. So I have went to the extreme to find all you monsters out there, any questions you got about my collectibles, you can ask me. I've got the knowledge. I know everything about what you're talking about. I am very knowledgeable with a lot of toys and collectibles. I do know when I'm, when I discuss anything, with like if I talk about any toys or mass or collectibles that I personally am involved with, I know a lot about them. So anything you want to know, any knowledge you're thirsting for, let me know. I can hook you up. I know a lot about this kind of stuff. So stay tuned, monsters, because we're going to be discussing some other cool facts about killer tomatoes coming up in the next couple of episodes. Again, these are my 1991 Applause Attack of the Killer Tomatoes fuzzy tomato plushes, and they're extremely rare. I will say I've got 5 more of these. I got a total of 6. I've been collecting these. Once I found out they made that size, I went crazy and I started buying as many as I can. Now, call me nuts, but I normally don't collect those kind of toys. I normally just buy one and I'm done. It's like a one and done thing, but for me, it's like I just can't get enough of, this kind of stuff. I like this, and it's just up my alley, man. I don't know what to say. I really enjoy these toys. Yeah, I mean, this is what I like to do. This is what Monster Mike's passions are about. And, you're not going to find another one like this. This is extremely rare. I've only seen this one. I've seen them sold years ago in the 2010s, and they went for several $100s. This one you might be able to find right now on your local eBay listing or something. But I'm going to tell you, folks, they're going to want like anywhere from $50 to $75 for one of those with the tags. I think I just seen one recently, and someone I tried to acquire it not too long ago. So these go for some good money. And if you guys ever find one of these, grab it. These are extremely rare. You're not going to find fuzzies, FTs from Applause very often. Okay, let me tell you, because we haven't even got into the Mattel line yet. Wait until I discuss the Mattel action figures from '91, because Mattel jumped into the bandwagon and tried to make some bucks off of the series that Fox Kids came out in '91. So Monster Mike would have been about 18. I was so busy in high school dealing with, just school and trying to graduate and everything. I didn't even care about toys until I was probably about 20 years old or something. So 21, something like that. So I collected a lot of Star Wars and stuff when I was a kid. But now this stuff is very rare and very special. I mean, this stuff, you're not going to see this stuff, guys. I'm not kidding you. Look for it. See if you can find it. You're not going to see these kind of pieces in these pristine conditions. I got lucky from a buddy of mine in Colorado years ago. He traded me for the big, the one about the size of your hand. That was sold as a retail toy back in '91. Now, The one I showed you guys a couple previous videos back, that is an actual prop. This is an actual plush you can buy at the store at the time, like at your local KB or your local Toys R Us. I know you monsters out there got to remember KB and Toys R Us. So, anyways, if you like these videos, please like and subscribe. And until next time, kiddies, stay tuned and get monster fight.